The fact that the Shiba Inu price stayed flat today suggests that the breed is having a tough time of it. The atmosphere changed suddenly. The majority of investors are pessimistic. Big signals are being dropped by analysts. But today something much more important happened. The supplies are what everyone is talking about. Somehow BlackRock got himself caught in a trap. Why is this taking place? Moreover, what am I going to talk about? Let me explain it more thoroughly. Here at Wealthy Coins we are pleased to provide you with Shiba every day. If Shiba is something that piques your interest, you have come to the right place. Stay ahead of the curve in the cryptocurrency business and get the scoop on all the newest news predictions by subscribing. Make sure you hit the like button to get more Shiba news. There has been yet another drop in the price of the Shiba Inu in the previous day, indicating that the breed is still having money problems. Here is the problem though. It fell considerably more before, but now it's trying to climb back up. While there may be some recovery, it doesn't mean the tempest is over just yet. In an instant the atmosphere shifted. Everything looked good up until recently. But worry has crept in ever since. The future moves of the investors are unclear. Would it be wise for them to sell before things get worse? On the other hand, isn't now the best time to get the thing on sale? Because of the unknown, everyone is hesitating, and nobody wants to make the wrong decision. The Shiba Inu has been going through a tough patch, and even though a week has gone she is still upset. Its precipitous decline over the past several days has frightened the locals. Even the most ardent advocates are starting to feel the effects of the mounting strain, as well as holders who were before assured are now showing signs of anxiety. Those numbers on a graph aren't the only thing that matters here. It all comes down to faith, trust, and the possibility that Shiba Inu can turn things around. The outcomes of the one analyst's thorough evaluation of the Shiba Inu's present market value are unfavorable. As the market as a whole continues to fall, Shiba Inu saw another drop last night. Since it failed to break through a key resistance level, the declining trend is still in play. The Shiba Inu has been falling steadily throughout the day and is now approaching one of its lowest points in months, an occurrence not seen since September of last year. There is a lot of pressure from sellers. Not one, but two major moving averages have crossed in a way that portends further decline. In addition, the bearish signals given by the momentum indicator suggest that selling pressure is outweighing efforts to increase the price. The Shiba Inu is currently falling through important support zones and is drawing near to a crucial trend line, where it can find some stabilization. This line will be approached by Shiba Inus indefinitely unless something changes. Nevertheless, there are predictions that suggest the price might fall further before reaching a stable base. The major question is if this level will stay the same or if there will be more drop in the business. I still don't understand why this is happening though. Please tell me the true rationale behind this price cut. The rationale behind this is that one needs to take a step back and watch how Bitcoin behaves in order to have a whole picture. On top of that, things aren't looking well there. As its value has been unable to rise but has instead fallen, Bitcoin has gone through a lot of trouble recently. Today it broke out of its key resistance level circling pattern that had persisted for about 7 days. The market was thrown into chaos as a result of the disruption of Bitcoin's momentum. Since Shiba Inus tend to act similarly to Bitcoin, it's not surprised that they are feeling the effects. Whenever Bitcoin's value is going up, altcoins like Shiba Inu tend to go up as well. But when Bitcoin has problems, the pressure grows, and that is exactly what is happening right now. There is a lot of uncertainty in the market right now, and meme currencies like Shiba Inu are taking a major hit. Bitcoin is fighting for its place, thus this is the result. Right now everyone is wondering if Bitcoin can get back on track, because if it doesn't, Shiba Inu's journey could get even more dangerous. Nonetheless, the major event that took place today must be communicated to you. There have been rumors circulating recently regarding a major decision that BlackRock has taken, and it does not bode well. The market value of Ethereum reached tens of millions of dollars due to the recent sale of a considerable quantity of the cryptocurrency. Yes, I understand. The situation has been further complicated by the decision of one of the world's major asset administrators to liquidate a significant amount of its holdings. But now we get to the funny part. Seemingly without thinking, they stumbled into a bear trap. Selling now when the market is already facing major difficulties might not have been the best move. Massive sell-offs like this can make things worse by making people even more anxious. Having said that, down the road, while this may work most of the time, there are situations where it backfires. If Ethereum has a recovery, BlackRock might come to regret selling their baggage so quickly. What follows is the most unusual feature. Not long ago, an analyst made a noteworthy finding. There appears to be a supply interruption on the horizon, as exchanges are now facing a scarcity of goods. The current value of Bitcoin on exchanges is at its lowest point in 7 years. Smaller numbers of people are keeping their Bitcoin on exchanges, which usually means one thing. In the event that its value rises, they intend to hold on to it. A major change could be on the horizon if supplies get too low. The scenario with Shiba Inu and all other factors could be drastically altered if Bitcoin is getting ready for a supply disruption. The following is even stranger. It has been noted by an expert that something suspicious might be happening right now. A natural reaction from the market, in his view, is lacking. Something fishy is going on here. Take Michael Saylor's recent large Bitcoin investment as an example. Accumulating a substantial amount of money, case after case is being dismissed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, signaling a change in direction. Wall Street, Asia, and even major banks are showing tremendous interest. The price keeps going down even if everything is pointing to a good result. Those are incongruous figures. Even if there is a deluge of positive news about Bitcoin, its value is falling. Furthermore, any limitations imposed on Bitcoin are likely to have an impact on Shiba Inus. Shiba Inu and other meme coins rely on positive market sentiment. Hence, at the peak, they are especially easy to manipulate. It would indicate that someone is now looking to lower the prices of these things. The real questions are, though, for how long and why. Furthermore, that is correct. The scenario has just become more heated as one of Donald Trump's sons has joined the conversation, directly pushing people to invest in Bitcoin at this moment. He recommended everyone on Twitter to acquire the decrease. Nevertheless, this leads to a flood of questions. Could this be just a random remark, or does he know something we don't? Authorities, public officials, and notable people, they are all privy to information that the public isn't. Is this a precursor to something bigger, or is it just another attempt to sway the market? As a matter of fact, this is hardly the first time powerful people have influenced prices. This method has been around for a while. Bring down prices, make retail investors panic, get them to sell, and then stealthily buy up all the assets. Over and over again, it's the same game. Are we currently seeing that specific performance? That is the real question. The sudden drop in Bitcoin's value, BlackRock's decision to pull Ethereum from their platform, analysts' fears about manipulation, and politicians meddling. There must be some higher power at work, for Shiba Inu is feeling its effects. Currently, there is a lack of certainty, heightened worry, and falling pricing. But suppose everything is part of a larger plan. What if this is the final ruckus before a major shift? There is no sure thing in the end. This could be completely speculative. On the other hand, nothing may happen. The other possibility is that something is happening behind the scenes, something that could change the game entirely. In any case, the facts will come out in due course. Having said that, the Shiba Inu story is definitely not finished yet. But please, have patience. Recently, a key statement was made by CZ, one of the most prominent figures in the cryptocurrency industry, and a former CEO of a major exchange. And he is the one who understands how this market changes. CZ recently responded to a post by an avid crypto enthusiast, who, in light of the present severe market losses, was urging everyone not to lose hope. He thinks this is all a part of the natural progression of Bitcoin's history. This kind of change in pricing is common. This has happened before, and it will happen again. As the post in which he replied shows, Bitcoin and other major digital currencies were trading at far lower levels just a year ago. Prices have dropped recently, but they're still far higher than they were back then. Having said that, how about Ethereum? Only that is an outlier. The fact that Ethereum's price has remained relatively flat in compared to the others raises serious questions about the cryptocurrency's performance. As for CZ's reaction, he stuck to a basic approach, using just two emoticons, a microscope and a telescope to convey his point. But there's a lot of meaning packed into those two symbols. To paraphrase, he is basically telling the crypto community to look into the present scenario thoroughly, while also taking a step back to look at the bigger picture. Because when seen from the right angle, these kinds of losses are just a part of the game. Consequently, how does this relate to Shiba Inus? Undoubtedly, it is encompassed by the identical market cycle. Now is the time when prices are falling, and anxiety is at an all-time high. Cryptocurrency, however, follows cyclical patterns, if past performance is any indicator. If this is just another stage of the cycle, the Shiba Inu story won't end. All it is doing is setting the stage for the major change that is soon to come. Because the Shiba Inu is such a powerful symbol in the unstoppable group, worrying too much is pointless, including Lucy, who is well recognized as a leading voice in the Shiba Inu community. I just reminded everyone of this in a tweet. The way she said it was simple. Looking into the future is a complete pipe dream. Nevertheless,